Hello everyone, welcome to another session with me. This is Sanyukta Saxena, and this is the last tile that we drew, and we have already drawn so many tiles together, learnt new tangles. Hope you are enjoying the journey, tangling along with me or tangling after learning new tangles. Yeah, so let's get started with today's session. Today I'm going to draw two more new tangles. The first tangle is called Binx. It is a tangle by CZT Juren, and it starts like a tangle called festoon. So I have added a dot here, and then I'm going to just like a ring, yeah, with a small diamond there, added an orb, and then going to add some lines like these, right? And the next thing is to add a cone underneath. So you can use the reference of a pencil if you are not comfortable drawing straight with your pen, but it is to be drawn something like this. Yeah, so you can see the pen is going somewhere else, the a pencil is somewhere else, but this is how the tangle goes, right? The basic tangle, again, just like we shade festoon, it's a good idea to add some graphite here and probably on both sides. Soft touch. That's how you shade the tangle. Binx. Yeah, nice tangle to draw. Again, start with a dot, draw an oval shape, add some lines. A little curve will add a little dimension, and then you can just add auras underneath, diminishing in size, and finally just wane it out like this. Yeah, so that's the tangle Binx. The next tangle that we are going to learn today is Blind Membranart, which is again a tangle by CZT Thomas Pedros. So when you're drawing a blind membranart, I'm just going to enclose a space here. So I'm going to add these random, just like we do while we do translucence. Yeah, created these shapes, add some orbs in between, big ones, small ones, like these. Yeah, next is to join these in between spaces, connect these shapes like these. Yeah, and then just a mild, slightly lighter line inside there, as if this is enclosing something inside. Yeah, now the special thing about his tangles is you really don't understand what you have drawn unless you shade it. Yeah, so it's basically like enclosing something, and you can add around these shapes that you have drawn, shade here, shade under these. Yeah, so once you have added that graphite, now next is to shade. So once you have shaded it, then you realize, oh, okay, that's what I drew. Yeah, so that's the beauty of his tangles. They are very simple to draw, and once you shade, they actually come to life. Yeah, so that's the tangle membranart, blind membranart. Yeah, so let's get started with today's tile, and we will draw these tangles once again. Let's draw a celestial tile today. What's astronomical kind of, because these tangles look like that, right? Something like a piece of an asteroid coming towards us. So let's use that property of these tangle and then get started and use it in a similar way. So I'm going to place my border first. I'm sorry. So take your time, sit in a comfortable position, make sure there is adequate lighting, your hands are relaxed, you're sitting in a comfortable position. Yeah. So let's get started. So I'm going to place my membranart probably one corner, something like this, right? So let's start with that tangle only. So I'm going to add random sections like these, right? And then join the in between like this. Add another line inside. It's not necessary that they have to be perfect, it can be wavy. Then add some more holes inside, small ones, big ones. That's about the tangle. Yeah, you don't have to do anything else. You want, you can add little bit of weight here and there if you wish to. So it's such a simple tangle to draw, and when you shade it you realize, oh wow, what an effect. Yeah, so shading adds a lot, especially to tangles by CZT Thomas Bedrose. I'm just adding a touch of extra ink at a few places like this. Yeah, now moving on, next I'm just going to add some Binx, or probably start first with some shooting cubines or dream catcher, whatever you want to relate it to. So I've drawn a stem and drawn a kite kind of a shape, a diamond shape, and then going to bring it down like this. Yeah, again going to add few more, or first let us add a Binx here. You can also add some weight as you end, just like you do for festoon. Yeah, and I'm going to take a reference, give a nice chili shape. Yeah, so you can always draw a pencil line and then maneuver your Binx the way you wish to, if you find that easier. Yeah, that's the first one. So let's draw another cubine. Take your time. I really like this version of cubine. It's much more organic. Cubine as such is very geometrical and inspired from architecture, but this version of cubine gives me a very organic feel because of the wavy lines, because of the way you can maneuver it. So let's draw behind a little. Take your time. You can draw it any which ways. This is just a suggestion. You can use these tangles, but how you place it, it's entirely up to you. You decide where do you want to place what. So again going to add a nice Binx. I keep forgetting that I have to start with that dot. So this may need a little practice. Again I'm going to bring it down something like this. Yeah. So take your time. Get a hold of the original tangle first before you start to play around. Yeah, so that's another one. Let's add a few more. Yeah, continuing to draw my Binx. Can always add some bit of weight here. It adds. This is exactly like the upper part is just like festoon. Yeah, and then I'm again going to bring it down, something like this. So start adding the auras. Slowly diminish the size, just like a cone. Yeah, so that's one more, and probably we will add one hidden cubine here, and yeah, now let's place some bit of jetties, because jetties look very nice if you are trying to draw a celestial tile. Yeah, so an astronomical tile, so they come pretty handy. So you can deck it up, you can ink it, whichever way you wish to. So let's see, I'm going to add 2 bands and then probably deck it up a little. So doing the same thing, adding the top of my Binx to the top of my jetties also. Same strokes. Yeah. Similar strokes. So probably they will look like an extension of my Tangle Binx. And then you can add something else inside. Anything that you wish to. Yeah. So let's draw a few more. Let's add some Knightsbridge. And then probably it's the same thing in the upper part and the lower part. Take your time. Some bit of inking, always a good idea. Yeah, so I'm going to add a few more of these jetties. Add different size. They look nice flying in the air or the space. Some bit of wood there. You can add anything you want to. Feel free. Yeah. I'm just going to add some simple lines. Some bit of weight there. Some bit of weight. Yeah, and the last one here. So just add anything that you feel like. I'm adding echoism here. So once we are done with that, probably we can add 1 or 2 more of these Binx, hidden ones, from the other side. Hiding there. Some just coming from here. can maneuver the direction of this tangle whichever way you wish to. Yeah. So let's now ink the rest of the spaces. Yeah. So I'm going to slowly go to each of the empty space. You can add few things here and there. If you don't want to ink too much, then always you can add some more of jetties, some more of Binx if you want. Yeah, I'm going to add some more fun here. Some bit of weight as I end the line. So you can do a lot of things just by varying the pen pressure also. Yeah, so you need not always go back and do it. You can do it at the same time when you're drawing. So let's get started. Let's first ink a little bit. So I'm going to use a boulder nib because this will involve some bit of inking. Yeah, so let's use an 08 or some other nib. I have an 03 handy here, so I'm going to use a broader nib. No, I think it would be nice to use an 08. So I've started my inking and I did a small thing here. I have enclosed it inside an aura, the top of my Binx, so that it does not get lost in my inking. Yeah, so I think you would need to do that, otherwise the diamond of the ring will get lost. Yeah, in your inking, since we are inking the background. So this will take a little time. You do it at your own pace. If you want to add something else in the background, please feel free. As I told you, I feel like drawing a space tile today. Yeah. So I am inking the background black. This will also add that much required drama to the tile since we have not inked much. Yeah, so just take your time and do that exercise. Draw at your own pace. Just make sure that you enclose the top so that it shows. Yeah, so I'm going to go on and slowly go to each of the empty space and ink it. Yeah, so I'm almost finishing with my inking. Last few sections left. So take your time and ink the in-between spaces of your tile, spaces in between the tangles that you drew. It's almost done there. A little bit here. Yeah, I think that's about it. Make sure there are no empty spaces left. Ink nicely. Yeah. So let's now move on to shading first, and then we shall see if we want to add more things. So I'm going to shade first my membranart. So just add some shade at the ends and then outside or inside, wherever you feel like. So you wish, you can also add outside or inside. Let us first shade this much. Get our membranart to life. Otherwise you don't understand what is this tangle. Yeah. So that's what it's enclosing. Probably we can just add a line inside here, or let that be the way it is. And then a slight touch outside. Not too much, just blur the graphite. Don't spray it too much. Otherwise there will be no whites, it will all go grey. So just giving slight touches. Yeah, so that's our tangle membranart, blind membranart. Yeah, so moving on to our next angle, which is cubine. So I'm going to add some graphite here and some on this line. So feel free to shade the way you feel like at that point of time. No hard and fast rules here. Yeah, so just go with what you feel like as you draw the tile. So a few more here. Take your time. Yeah, so as far as jetties are concerned, always a good idea to shade on one side to give that high and low effect. I generally do that, but you can always shade under the bands also. Depends on you, how do you feel like shading? So let's blend the jetties. Yeah, so make sure that one part is little extra dark, so you get that high and low. You may have to use your pencil again to add that little extra darkness. Yeah, so once you are done with that, let's move on to our Binx. Binx, I'm just going to again shade on one side. Well, you can shade on both. I'm going to shade on one side. That's what I feel like doing right now. You can shade here. Yeah, so nice shading opportunity even this small tangle can provide you, depends on how you are using it. So blend it to bring it about half. Don't blend too much. Yeah. So now that we are drawn, let us now see if we want to add something more. Yeah, so that's a celestial tile. So let's use our jelly roll. I'm going to add some nice dots here inside. I feel like doing that. I don't know why, but I think it will look nice. Yeah. As far as the rest of the tile is concerned, I will again not keep it absolutely black, but add some nice orbs. This is O5, I think. Just pick your O8. So I shall see you again with few more tangles. Till then, have a good time. Bye-bye. And add some nice orbs. So these are not dots, these are small little orbs. I think they will look nice. But if you want to keep it absolutely black, please, you can always leave it there. Entirely optional, small little embellishments. You can also add therefore if you want, which is these 3 dots together. Yeah, that's a tangle actually. So I changed my mind in between and shifted to therefore. Yeah, I don't think we need more, that much is enough. Therefore, therefore, therefore. Yeah, that's about it. So that's today's tile. I am going to be closing my tile here. You want to add some bit of extra ink there, you can. It will add a little more dimension. I have already added it, just re-emphasizing a little more because I think it will look nice. Yeah, so let's close our tile here. My chop sitting here. Must put in your chop, sign and date your tile. Put in a comment if you wish to, so that you get back to the tile later, you know when and how you drew it. Yeah. So I shall see you again with few more tangles. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.